G'day viewers, how you going? This is a quick video on what you get with the Just Trains Class 86. So if we go to the trains and train depot, and we're going to have a look at training modules first. Class 86, so we can see that there is a training module. It's a relatively good one. It doesn't cover safety systems, but it does get you going, and it talks you through the important aspects. Naturally, I'll pop up a tutorial as well. All right, let's have a look at rail journeys. What do we get for the Class 86? So we need to go to West Coast Main Line, Preston, Carlisle. And we can see that there is a BR Class 86/2 journey. Starter motor, which covers the training scenario. All you can eat, which has got, looks like 4 services in it. So there's about 4 hours, a little bit more actually. It's about 5 hours of gameplay there. And then we go into the rain course. Bad pun there. And looks like about another, similar to 5 hours again, so about the same. And it's a bunch of services. And the final one, just desserts. Terrible meal puns. We've got all of the scenarios. Okay, so we've got, well, we'll come and look at those in a moment anyway. But we've got, what, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 hours of gameplay there through the scenarios, which is kind of cool. All right, let's pop back out again and let's choose train depot, and we'll look at the scenarios and we'll run through them. Class 86 naturally. Helping hand is step in and operate a London-bound service after the booked locomotive has suffered a fault. Delayed and rerouted, operating a late-running across-country service from Preston to Lancaster and back. You have missed your slot and will be required to clear the line for other services. Cross-country can operate a northbound service that is subject to a speed restriction due to a track defect. Can you keep to time? Knowing me, no. The European operate a loco-hauled boat train from Preston to Carlisle. It's Coming Home operate a special FootX charter from Carlisle to Preston. Expect adverse aspects all the way. That's my kind of run. I like the ones where you're fighting the yellows. All right, let's have a look at services now. So we'll go into train depot again and timetable this time. And if you don't know how to search, you can just put in the number or letters you're trying to find. And naturally enough, we want West Coast Main Line chat. But before we do that, let's have a quick look at the liveries that are available. So we have the IC1 RCH, so that's intercity, and we have another variation of that livery. You can see that one's all yellow front, and that one's got a black stripe. We have IC3, which has got a black area around where the head code box would be. And then we have the 86-2 in blue. We have a particular unit, 86233, so that's interesting to highlight a particular unit. That's the second DLC with, actually the third DLC that's got a particular unit in it, which is interesting. I think it's the third one. 86-2 IC1, so that's, and IC2. Are those different to those ones? I guess they are, because they're not the RCH ones, okay? Doesn't look a lot different, though, so it must be fairly subtle differences in them. That's okay. I'm sure the people familiar with these things will know for sure. And then there's the 86-2 blue RCH. Now, a lot of people are looking forward to the 86, so let's just jump in. Let's pick one of these. It doesn't really matter which one. West Coast Main Line, Carlisle, naturally. The only places it turns up. So it does turn up in 2 timetables. So it does turn up in both the Just Trains, Preston, Carlisle, and it turns up into the Cargo Line Military, which makes me think that it's probably substituting for the 87. So let's have a look at the native one. And it looks like, it says what, about 30 odd timetable services. So just out of curiosity, let's pop back out to the main menu and let's train depot again. Timetable. And this time we're going to have a look at the 87 because I'm curious, is it just, grab one of those. Is it just substituting or does it have, yeah, it's substituting. So it looks like Actually, I think there's more services for the 87. So it looks like about 50 to 60 for the 87 and about 30 for the 86. So while it's substituting, it's not all of them, which is interesting. All right, let's pop back out and choose the 86 again. Let's have a quick look at that. And that one, go in here. Yeah, it's definitely not all of them because I've got some of them completed in the other one and not in this one. Looks like guard mode is supported on some of the services, which is good for the people who like guard mode. Yeah, guard mode. Let's just jump in and have a look around the thing. Jump in this one. Carlisle wall sidings to Carlisle. All right, that's a good one to jump into. We'll leave dynamic weather alone. Why not? What could possibly go wrong? Could be pissing down with rain and snowing. That's what. Won't be, though. Be beautiful and clear. You watch. Perfect English summer's day. Ooh, I'm glad those textures resolved there. That was a little disturbing. I think we're not in an 86. Aren't we in an 87? Oh, no, we're in an 86. That's interesting, because that means the Bardic lamp can move around. Because the other one I played, the Bardic lamp was dead straight. Well, let's get out and have a look. Naturally, it's not this thing making the noises, because that's the noisy diesel thing. Up there. There it is. Noisy bloody thing. Anyway, this is driver Wallach's Oaks GC 86260. Looks like it's got nice texturing, nice bit of weathering on it, which is good. Same with the equipment downstairs. It's got a nice bit of weather on it. We're not here to play this. We're just here to have a look. Ooh, I particularly like the texturing around the metalwork there. That's very nice. Very nice to see the decay. Not so sure about on the brake rigging, though. Particularly, that should be super shiny, because it's a piston. But anyway, that's okay. Similar on this side. Details still showing through even though it's darker over here. Quite nice to see. Lots of blowers and electric motors and things. Alright. Now, it is significantly weaker than an 87. And just out of interest in this one, being just trains, you must at least use the cab change ends lever and set it correctly in the on position, or you can't drive the train. Safety systems like AWS, well, they're optional, but you can turn them on there. Let's just smash the button. And if you want to turn on DVD, you have to go into the back, which requires you to crouch. And it's here. So you can turn on the driver's vigilance device. And uncrouch and then jump down into the chair naturally enough. We're going all the way up there. That's a good introductory one, I suppose. So let's do our master key here. And you wouldn't normally bother with them, of course, but there's headlights and the like to turn on. So turn on a headlight. Marker lights. There are tail lights as well here somewhere. If you want to turn on tail lights, you can. You would, in this instance, probably go up the other end and turn them on, but we're not going to bother because we're lazy. All right, let's... It's interesting, it's not obeying a Raildriver at the moment. Let's use the keyboard then. Interestingly, it did obey Raildriver in the scenarios. Yeah, got our brakes releasing. Bit of horny action. I'll do a proper tutorial for this, of course. Like the 87, it's a notched tap changer locomotive, so you do get to use the taps and manage the locomotive so that you don't blow your circuit breaker. Better get back in here and notch down, actually, and prepare to stop. Driver's vigilance device went off there at the last moment. There we go. That's it for that one. All right, that's about all I've got to show you for the 86 quick introduction. So I will be live streaming this thing, of course, and that's probably happening right now while this goes on. And I will pop up a proper tutorial as well, and I will look into why it didn't work with Raildriver, because it certainly did. My guess is my Raildriver mod software has probably cracked the SADs. I use the Cobra 1 mod, and every now and again it does. Alrighty, that's it for this one. So enjoy yourselves. It looks like a bit of a looker. So yeah, be interested to see how it actually drives properly on the West Coast Main Line. Alright, thanks for watching, and there'll be a tutorial popping up about the same time frame as this quick intro video. Enjoy, have fun. As always, if you've got any questions, chuck them down below, and I'll see what I can do to help you out. Just a quick addendum to the introductory video. I've sorted out the Raildriver issue. Well, not really. Basically, the 86.2 Blue supports Raildriver. All these other variants basically don't. Now, I've reported this, so hopefully it'll get fixed in a patch at some point. But just for the sake of it, let's just pop in to this one. So if you run the 86.2 Blue, it does support Raildriver, but only the Blue on its own, not the IC2 Blue or 86233, the specific engine, locomotive, whatever you want to call it. Yes. So let's master key. Come on, master key. This one. See, this one supports Raildriver. All the levers work. You can do things. You can drive, and it's fine. None of the other ones do. So if you've got a Raildriver, you're going to be driving the 86.2 Blue and not any of the others, and you're going to like it. Make your feelings known on the forums. I've made my feelings known internally. Alright, that's it for now. I'm a sad kitty. Bye.
We played a game.